Lena had always been fascinated by the old train station. It wasn't used anymore, just a relic of the past. She passed it every day on her way home, its rusted tracks disappearing into the trees, its empty platform silent and forgotten. Yet something about it always felt wrong. A strange chill lingered in the air around it, even on the warmest days. One evening, as she walked home from work, she noticed something odd. The lights in the station were on. She stopped, puzzled. The station had been abandoned for years. She glanced at her watch. 12:03 a.m. Curiosity got the best of her. She walked toward the station, the air growing colder with each step. As she approached the platform, the sound of a train whistle echoed in the distance. But there was no train in sight. Lena hesitated, her heart beginning to race. It had been years since a train had passed through here. Then, through the mist, she saw it. The train was moving slowly, its headlights piercing the darkness. It was old, almost like something from another time, its wooden cars creaking as they rolled down the tracks. The train stopped directly in front of her, and the doors slid open with a soft hiss. Lena stood frozen. The air was thick with a strange, musty smell. The train's interior was dimly lit, shadows dancing on the seats. She couldn't see anyone inside. But then a voice came from the darkness. "Are you coming, miss?" Lena's heart skipped a beat. The voice was soft, but it was clear someone was waiting for her. She stepped back, her legs trembling. But the door remained open. The whistle blew again, louder this time, as though urging her to board. "I don't want to," Lena whispered to herself. But her feet moved before she could stop them. She found herself climbing aboard, her hands gripping the cold metal rail. The door slammed shut behind her. Inside, the train was empty, except for one figure, a man sitting at the far end of the car, his face obscured by a wide-brimmed hat. He didn't move, didn't speak. Lena took a seat, her eyes glued to him, trying to make sense of what was happening. The train began to move again, slowly at first, then faster. The lights flickered. The walls seemed to close in around her. Her head began to spin. As the train picked up speed, Lena's heart pounded in her chest. She stood, her legs unsteady, and turned to the door. But there was no way out. The train had no windows, no way to escape. The man in the hat stood up, his face still hidden. He took a step toward her, his voice low and cold. "Welcome aboard. There's no getting off now." Lena screamed, but the train didn't stop. The last thing she heard was the sound of the whistle, growing louder, as the darkness closed in around her, and then nothing.